What's going on, y'all? My name is Winston Ward, and welcome to R&B Me, a place where we talk about R&B music or just music in general, but we also speak about the impact that that music has on our lives. And so I've introduced myself, but with me today, I have some men of a particular caliber, okay? Men that I know very well. Okay.
Yo, started early.
And I can't say enough about these men here. I've seen both of them grow immensely, not only as creatives, but as just men. And I am blessed and honored to have y'all on this pod with me. So welcome to Hattress and welcome to G.
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate y'all being on. And today the word of the day is, actually there's two words. The two words are accountability and vulnerability. So
he only told me the first, right? He ain't told me the second. I ain't heard about the second. I heard the second.
Oh man,
but we cool. I'm good. We still good.
Listen, we're here to work through it together, and also we're not here to fix anything, right? Like we're here to just have an open conversation, open dialogue about the messes. The messes that we made.
That we made?
Or that
have been made.
That get made.
Okay.
The messes that get made.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Okay.
Because I know...
Well, we could talk about
we'll talk about that too. We'll talk about...
I just wanted to make sure it's equal.
And so within that accountability comes ownership.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
All right.
This sounds like a therapy session already.
No. It's not therapy. I promise you it's not therapy. I promise you it's not therapy. All right. So the reason for this pod is I just recently released a song called Mess That I Made.
Fire.
Appreciate it.
Fire.
Appreciate it. And it is, in my own opinion, one of my most vulnerable songs. I feel as if I am speaking about all of the decisions that I've made and the impact of those decisions. And what I wanted to come on here and discuss with y'all is something that came up for me after I wrote it. Because me, as I get into my creative bag, a lot of the times I'm tunnel vision. I'm very focused on making sure that the product is right. It's not until after the product comes out that I really get a chance to really reflect on it. And this is a part of that reflection.
Okay.
And one of the things that came up as I mute my laptop was yeah, please.
Gotcha.
The funny thing is I wasn't even listening to my song that made me think about my song. I was listening to Billie Jean, ironically.
Is Not My Lover?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. And the line that stood out was,
is the kid mine?
no.
Right. He's scared. I'm trying to go, where is he going with this? What is the line?
Mama always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts.
Wee. Yeah, that was a bar.
And I sat back and I thought, and I said, man, look at the mess that I made.
Wait, that made you write the song?
No,
I was about to say, because
this
that
is
would
after
be crazy. Like,
I wish
Billie Jean.
I could have lied and said it, but no, it was like I said, it was an afterthought
of the young girls' hearts that you've broken.
Yes. I sat and I thought about all of the hearts that I've broken.
Yeah.
And I didn't cry, thankfully.
I would hope not. You said it in the back, that's crazy.
Imagine, right? Imagine. No. Right. But no, I think that really, it really brought me present to the moment. And I wasn't very like dramatic about it, but I was just like, wow, like that line stood out more. I sing the song often, right? Like you sing Billie Jean. But because I wrote my song, Mess That I Made, that line specifically just stood out. And I was just like, wow. Like it means a lot more now. And so that's what we're going to be unpacking in this episode. essentially just the impact, not necessarily our music, but just music in general has on our lives, right?
Okay.
But that's an interesting beginning because like when you say during that time, was your intention to break these young girls' hearts?
No.
Right. So the ownership that you have, I respect it. That's a very mature perspective.
Right.
But as a young boy, you don't feel like that responsibility has been put on you for a long time?
To not break hearts or to break hearts?
To not break hearts. I mean, you're almost expected to be a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it depends on who you are and what fight you want to have. You can either concede to that or fight against that image of being a heartbreaker. That was always my place.
I guess my point is, what is a heartbreaker? Right? Like, what is that really? A heartbreaker is like, oh, I don't really like her, but I'm gonna use her for whatever, and then I'm moving on. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I see in my mind, and I'm pretty sure that's not.
Right.
That hasn't been.
There's levels. There's levels.
It's levels.
There's
and
levels.
I also think it's
being a heartbreaker. I guess.
I don't want to say conditioning, but it's how we were raised in a sense, right? Like women are raised to say, I can't wait to get married, right? Like marriage is, at least from my standpoint, I could be wrong.
It's like the goal.
Right, like marriage is the goal, whereas for men, in a sense, our infidelity or how many women we have is often praised more than settling down.
Definitely.
So I think that's where the heartbreaker narrative kind of comes from, even from young. And so I think that is where at least for me, my thoughts is that's where the heartbreaker kind of comes in.
I can see that.
All right, so let's talk about Mess That I Made really quickly before we dive into it. Okay. I'll actually play the song because thank y'all for the suggestion to play it.
Snap,
snaps. Oh, I muted mine. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I sing for you, baby? I know you wanna leave. We know that you want to. And I can't even force you. It's hard to believe after all the shit we fought through. And this time I really lost you. So you gave me chance after chance and I abused that. Tears in your eyes only prove that. Took all of your trust and I throw it all aside. It made sense in my mind, no. Took you for granted like I never lose you. I'm just hoping that I don't confuse you. I told you lies and you still believe me. Might be the time that you really leave me. You gave me grace and I gave you delay. You held it down and I drifted away. Now I'm staring at the mess that I made. Hands together praying it ain't so. It's like I missed a shot, it's like I dropped the ball. It's like I put our love on silent when you call. It's like I threw away this whole thing and caused so much pain. I need you to believe me when I say
I gotta put a verse on the remix.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Sitting in the dark with your last text. Never been a man who regrets, but this one, it's different. Like a song that I never got to finish. Try. Baby, don't say goodbye. Always replay what I could have done right. Just don't walk on my line. Took you for granted like I never lose you. I'm just hoping that I don't confuse you. I told you lies and you still believe me. Might be the time that you really leave me. You gave me grace and I gave you delay. You held it down and I drifted away. Now I'm staring at the mess that I made. Hands together praying it ain't so. It's like I missed a shot, it's like I dropped the ball. It's like I put our love on silent when you call. It's like I threw away this whole thing and caused so much pain. I need you to believe me when I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm sorry. So that's it.
I love it.
That's the mess that I made, y'all.
Solid.
Was there any part of that song that was uncomfortably familiar?
We'll let you go ahead. We both looked at each other like, with you.
I'll start. I think that the feeling of the song in itself, right? Like the hindsight of it all, the looking back and saying like, damn, am I the drama? Is it me? Like, you know what I mean? Like that resonated with me. And the self-awareness.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yo, I took you for granted because I thought I'd never lose you.
Right.
Even though you did know it's a possibility, right?
Right.
So yeah, that shit hit. That shit hit.
I wouldn't say, I guess I was uncomfortable at the moment of realizing it, but I guess like ignoring the signs, like realizing, too late, realizing too late that the signs were there the whole time, and then sitting back like, oh shit, that was it right there. So that was like, that was real familiar.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
So like even hearing this, even the songwriting, I be thinking about the songwriting aspect of everything. So it was clear you wrote this from the perspective of whoever you hurt. But it's very one-sided. So I'm just like, what's the why?
The why in the song?
No, the why in you.
Why did I write it?
No. Why did you take them for granted? Thought you would never lose them. Why did you drop the ball? Why did you miss the shot? Why? What was there? You don't have to answer that either.
No,
like,
no, I will answer
cool.
it. I think in those moments, I didn't value it. Because if I would have valued it enough, I wouldn't have dropped the ball. I wouldn't have missed a shot. There wouldn't have been the line that really stands out to me. And I didn't have a line before I asked the question or before I listened to the song. But the line was seeing tears in your eyes. And I literally was instantly transported back to the amount of times where I had to stare at the tears, like in their eyes, right? And it's just like
one thing I had to sit with, post relationship, I guess. Now that you say that, was that I had to figure out exactly what I was saying I'm sorry for, because I felt like you felt. I was saddened by seeing the woman that I loved cry.
Yeah.
That alone can finish you. That alone can make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that I was the person that did that.
Yeah.
But then there was the sit down with myself. Am I sorry to myself for the things that I did? Am I sorry to myself for like slipping up in those moments? Am I sorry to myself for, I guess, not living up to expectations that I put for myself, kind of thing, or falling out of, or reflecting a character that I wasn't proud of. Yeah. At the end of the day. Yeah.
And back to Hattress's point around the songwriting, I wanted to be sure that I included that in the chorus. Instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I made sure that I said that I know that I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Like, me saying I know that I'm sorry is me saying I know that I'm the one who was out of integrity, right? Like I'm the one.
You were a sorry individual.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So yeah, that is
Yo, hold on.
Yeah.
You were a sorry individual.
That's what he was. That's yeah.
I had to stop myself from laughing because it's like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you said. But that shit just was funny. Like, you just a sorry individual. But I feel you.
Because think about it. If you're with someone who you really love and you really like or you're really supposed to value and you throw that away, who are you?
Doing? Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
If that's who you say it is, if she's who you say that is she supposed to be, and you still throw it away. So that's how I came to that line.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, G? What was the laugh about? Talk to me.
Nothing. I mean, there's so many levels before I look at myself as a sorry individual.
Right.
Now that I said it out loud and now that you repeated it, it was like, that's a wild way for you to view yourself. But I guess in the disappointment of it all,
Yeah.
you can get there, I guess.
Yeah. And I also acknowledge that was an older version of me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like that absolutely isn't the current version. This isn't even my current circumstance. But I do realize the amount of growth that has happened since that point to where I am now.
Right.
And so
And that's the accountability aspect that you're talking about.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. So one thing that I wanted to bring up is familiarity normally comes from a pattern, right? And so, G, I heard you speak about it earlier, but what were some patterns in any of your previous relationships that you wish you would have caught sooner, or that your significant other might have caught that you didn't even see?
Well, I was a closed off individual, I guess. That doesn't help any relationship when it comes to feelings, but when things got too much, I would shut it down. You feel me? It's not, I mean, I've grown to do better, but when I was accused of those things in the moment, I didn't see that. I always thought of myself as this extremely expressive. I can write a song out so that I'm good with words.
Right.
So there's no way that I could be this person that
Not me.
that you. Yeah. Hell no. So yeah. Yeah.
Now I think my problem is I'm self-aware, but that don't mean I focus on self-improvement all the time. So it's like when you asked me the question earlier, it's like, can I say that someone showed me some shit I didn't know? Nah, I can't. I can say that different people showed me the value of working on these things. Because before I didn't know, like my problem is I disassociate quick, and it's just a survival skill. And it's like, that's what I had to do. That's my upbreaking. That's what I have to kind of unroot right now. And the person who's showing me that the most is my son. Like there's parts of me that sometimes struggle to connect with him in his pain, because I just struggle to connect with people in their pain. Like that's just my thing. So yeah, I knew the shit. So that don't mean I was working on the shit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. And my question is around avoidance. Like, were there any rewards that you received for that avoidance?
You mean like the disassociation in itself?
Yeah.
From who?
Just from life, or like the outcome of the situations? I would say yeah. I think that the reward is not having to dive into how you truly feel about something or someone, and like masking it almost to the point where you get lost in it. Like you ever put a mask on for so long, you start believing that that's the situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you could fully live in that shit. And the reward was everything that you would want as a like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that I've masked so well in certain situations how I truly felt that it became like, you just gotta look in the mirror, bro. Like you just gotta like and be comfortable with the fact that the person who you've been portraying, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. And like whether you want to change that or not, that's your decision to make. But like that's the reality right now. If that makes sense, I don't know.
It does make sense. I get it. I get it.
No, I get it.
I don't see I don't see that as reward, but I get it.
It's fulfilling in the moment.
Okay, I can see that.
Ultimately,
I can see that because I don't like the feeling of what makes me isolate is that I don't appreciate the fake moment. I don't appreciate. I don't even appreciate the moment because I was fake in it. So when I put that mask on and I came through in that moment and everything was cool and we was chilling and I'll chop it up, everybody seemed like they enjoyed it, I'm gonna walk away. I didn't enjoy it as much as you.
Right.
I didn't really enjoy it like that because I wasn't even me like that in that moment. You feel me? So reward is hard to see for those masks. I don't view it as a reward.
It definitely comes with resentment.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right? But I think what I'm talking about is like, say for instance, like you with a shorty and y'all are cool, y'all kicking it, you are actually happy, right? And then after time, you start realizing there's negative consequences for showing yourself, right? Show yourself, and then it's like, wait, you know what I mean? So you start preparing for that. You start moving different, right? So like that's the mask I'm talking about.
Revealing like, less and less.
Right. It's like now I'm a little bit more closed off because like when I show my true self, there's not an appreciation there. There's an appreciation for the idea of who I would be, but not me, right? And I think that's I'm not going to say it like that, but I think that in talking to men, a lot of men have felt like that in their relationships and with the people that they were with. So that's what I meant more so like there's a reward in that moment because you get to move through that moment.
Okay.
But you leave feeling like shit, like you said, like, and that shit builds up over time.
And it gets harder to get through those moments, bro. It gets dumb hard to get through those moments after that. When you leave, when I leave resentful and another moment comes, it's like it's harder to deal with that moment. It's harder to put that mask back on. I can't. That shit don't even fit the same no more. Like I gotta adjust that shit during the argument every few minutes because it's just not going.
And one of the things that I realized is that there's a cost to that, right? The cost is we assume that people don't see our masks. When in reality, people see the mask very clear. And they're like, oh, okay, all right. And for me, I've realized that the mask, oftentimes we put on the mask to save others from us. And it's like, as I got older or as I'm continuing to heal, I realized that I just need to show up as myself. And whoever likes it, they like it. And whoever don't, they're just not for me. And in a relationship, that's so hard because I know for me, I am a recovering people pleaser. And
talk about it.
A lot of the times, as I mentioned, I wear the mask so that I can be the chameleon, right? So I can be exactly what you need.
Right.
And what that cost me was me not knowing what I needed.
What you needed, yep.
And so that was the real cost, was me pretending for so long or me having that mask on for so long. I neglected everything that I truly wanted for myself. And yeah, let's pivot real quick. Let's talk about masculinity.
He said, let's get into some real deeper shit.
Right.
Let's go from deep shit to deeper shit.
Yeah.
Let's go deeper.
But I think that's a good transition because what you're talking about, in my mind, even hearing us converse about this, like, that's man shit.
Yeah.
And that's the expectation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the expectation is to have that mask because people benefit from the mask. Like you said, people could see it.
Yeah.
But they don't care. Why?
Exactly.
Because
That's
they're
what I'm saying.
benefiting from
That's what I'm saying. They're benefiting from it.
like-
So it's like, I've heard that before. That we as the mask wearers put on this mask in hopes that we're protecting somebody else, but they can see it and shit like that. But yeah, like to his argument, I acknowledge that they see the mask, but it don't matter. It still helps my point.
Yeah.
This helps the reason why I put the mask on.
Right. To get to the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you deal with resentment, you deal with all the negatives that come from it, but you do get through the moment with that mask on.
Yeah.
But you was talking about masculinity.
Masculinity. No. We're having, this is an open dialogue. We touched on this a little bit, but I want us to get real specific in regards to suppression.
Mm-hmm.
What are some emotions that we were taught to suppress as younger versions of ourselves, or even less healed versions of ourselves? I'll go first. I think for many years, I would see my father, right? And my father would cry often. He was a very emotional man. And from when I was younger, I would always say, he's soft.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. I can't do that. And of course, growing up, we hear, oh, real men don't cry. And it's just, that further just enforced it. And it wasn't until I told myself that it's okay for me to cry whenever I needed to, right? For me to really have access to that emotion of crying. And it's not even a negative emotion. It's just an emotion. And that was the emotion that I was taught, not necessarily like, don't do this, but it was something that I saw and I was just like, yeah, that's definitely not something that I want to do. Until later I realized it's one of the most therapeutic things that I can do to kind of help me get through whatever it is I'm getting through. And now there's times where like I'm watching like a video of like cats on my phone and I'm like a tear just falls out, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
My eyes are watering now. Let me get it together.
But I would have never had access to that if I didn't really just have that revelation of myself to be like, you know what? Like, it's okay. It's okay to do that. What about y'all? What are some emotions y'all were taught to suppress?
So my story is a little different. Like, like first of all, I'm a Pisces. I'm super emotional. Like, I cry at the drop of a dime, and like I just gotta thug it out. But the fact that I even think I gotta thug it out, right, is I was raised by my sister for the most part. So we're very different people. You know what I mean? Like, she, not to put it on signs, but she's a Sagittarius, she a hustler. Like, shut that crying shit up. Like, you know what I mean? So coming up, like, and it's not even, it's crazy how you internalize words. So coming up, I was always called emotional. And I never knew what that meant, right? Emotional just means you can feel an array of emotions. You're a fucking human being, right? Like, so as an adult, I had to rewrite what that meant.
Oh, yeah.
For me. And I still struggle with it to this day, where it's like, which is why I disassociate sometimes from when I'm really feeling something and it's overwhelming. Like, I just put a wall up and it's like, I'm outside of it. But I grew up in a family that, like, as a man, if you're not just okay, right? Like, that's all you should be.
Yeah.
Even you can't express joy in an elevated fashion.
Right. That's a fact.
Definitely. So it's like, I come from that background of stoicism.
Yeah.
And have been around a lot of men who killed off their emotions and have been slowly dying my whole entire life because of it. And so now it's like I still have the residues of that.
Yeah.
But I think because of writing and music and stuff like that, like, I can tap into that and digest it and feel, and then I just go on to the next thing and just shut it off. Like, that's just where I'm at right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I've just been taught to suppress overall sadness. I don't think there's room to be a human being when, as a man, I don't think there's room to to be able to be sad, to be affected by the negatives of life, to be depressed or anything, stressed. I think when you express those things, or when you seem like you're going through those things, the title of man starts to become flimsy.
Comes into question.
Yeah. And that's always been my experience from the outside. I'm just learning now to let go of a lot of the definitions that have been told to me as of what a man is. So, it's given me a lot of chance to be human, to have moments to myself where I deal with things the way a human being should.
Right.
Kind of thing.
It's funny because when you talk about definitions of manhood, I had this revelation a while ago. I was arguing with my aunt about some shit, but I realized that like the definition of men, like every definition of man have been given to me from women.
From a woman. From a woman.
Right? And so I had to analyze that. I had to be like, wow, like you're trying to tell me how I should feel right now. But I get it because you have been interacting with men and this is what you want.
This is what you want.
Right? But
That's
like,
all that
is this what I need?
Yep.
And who's asking that? Like, like my aunt, no, she's my favorite aunt because she's the only one of my family that will be like, Hattress, what do you need right now?
Yeah.
But it took years of back and forth, like, yo, auntie, like, what about my mental health?
Right.
What about how I feel? And she was
Right.
like, you know what? You right. But like the narrative is not that.
Yeah.
At all, bro.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, it what came up for me just in hearing you mention that is my definition of what a man is didn't even come from my father. It came from my mother.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, I've got to sit with that. I think I've constructed my own version of what a man is, but the foundation of it has definitely come from my mom. Yeah. So, wow.
I wonder if it's the same in the reverse.
It's not.
I can't speak to it. I'm not.
Yeah.
How many times as a man have you speak as a man? How many times as a man have you been in a position to ever positively or ever really speak on what a woman should be? You ever told a woman what a woman should be?
So, no, but that doesn't mean that they might not internalize what a woman should be based upon how
our actions.
Act.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like...
Have you ever been told what a man should be by a woman?
Absolutely.
I'm not talking about what you internalize. I'm talking about what you've been told.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We don't do it. It's not something that... It's not... I'm... Personally speaking,
that's an absolute.
He's
I know some niggas.
Exactly.
Some niggas,
I wasn't gonna speak on him, but you know.
I mean, yeah.
But I get what you. It's not
as common
as that. Yeah, but like I know, boy. But you're right though. Like it is way more common that I've seen that. Like especially in spats and angry, like, yo, a man is supposed to do this.
That's definitely when it comes.
Supposed to do
it
that.
Definitely comes there, yeah.
And it's like, it's always changed her responsibility. And
talk about it.
It's always changed to like, what are you getting out of this? Like, and a part of me understands that's the natural like give and take, because like we must acknowledge that like in relationships with women, we are getting things from them also. And it is a responsibility and a duty that a woman has that might not be spoken about as often. Right. I was just like, it's very clear. It's like in our face every day. Like, nigga, you can't avoid it. Like, I wake up in the morning, I need $20 for school, daddy. It's like, damn, all right, cool. Good morning.
Right.
Did you brush your teeth first before you ask me for this shit? You know what I mean? And that's minute. But imagine these little situations all day, and then every day you start to become a duty. Like
death by 1,000 cuts.
Right. You become an obligation. Like your life is obligatory. And it's like, how do you find purpose in obligation? Y'all gotta stop.
Because that's what I'm feeling when you do.
Right?
Yeah,
That's real. That's real. That's real.
You don't.
But is it? Because this is my question, bros. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I've been thinking about. Like, is it? Yes, it's real. But is the frustration with it valid?
The frustration with
that realness, with that fact that like you as a man forever and ever for your entire life, you will be the person who has the obligation to do.
I think it's real because that's all we know, or that's all that has been offered to us. And there are signs of a different way, of a different path, but it's also the path that's least traveled.
It might be looked upon a little differently.
Of
too,
course,
right?
of course,
I mean,
of course. And so you're put in a position, do I go against the grain and throw away everything that I have to in pursuit of this life that is completely different? That's almost like people saying, "Oh, I'm going off the grid. Like I'm not using I'm not using no internet, or like I'm off social media." It's just like yeah, that's cool, but you miss out on that community. And it's almost
you've chosen
as if
you've chosen to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it seems as if, speaking about community, it seems as if that is our role
in said community,
in this community that we live in. And to say that out loud is low key disgusting.
Right? So I'm like, wait, what about me? Nah, let me stop. Nah, that shit tough, bro.
Yeah, to say it out loud is disgusting.
It's nasty.
So how do you not hold resentment for this necessary thing, though? Because to say it's not necessary would be disingenuous also, right? But how do you not feel the way? I'm asking questions for me.
I know.
You have to go against the grain, bro. You might have to take that road less traveled, bro. That might be the only way. Outside of that, I only know resentment, so I don't have that answer.
That's tough.
I only know that. I only know looking back at it and saying, and seeing all the times where I could have. The mess that I made is not a mess of feelings and things like that. The mess that I made is the lack of me acknowledging self. The mess that I made has been a lack of me. The mess that I made has been me being obligated to things outside of me. So I don't see a way around that resentment other than being obligated to me. I don't. And I don't know if I subscribe to a lot of the definitions of this man that we've been told we need to be, because when I obligate myself to me, I feel like everything around me wins. So those times where I wasn't obligated to me and I felt like I was doing my duty as a man, I could have been obligated to me and still doing my fucking duty. I still would have been looked at that way at the end of the day. As uncomfortable as it would have been in those moments, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, when I'm done doing that for those days, then I would have been looked at as still fulfilling my duty.
That's big.
So I don't,
I love
the
that
biggest mess that I made
is not being obligated to
is not being obligated to myself.
I made a whole lot of messes. I don't think it was that. I'm being honest with you. I made some messes.
No, I personally resonate with that.
Yeah, that's real.
And I've
real.
made some catastrophic messes.
All of that shit. Because here, I have personally attached man shit to accountability. I've personally like I've watched, not to make it a sexist thing, but I've watched a lot of women. I watch men avoid accountability, and I've looked at them as less of a man because of that. So, I mean, you got to hold yourself accountable for you. At the end of the day, nobody else gonna do it. At the end of the day, when you drop the ball on yourself, everybody's gonna look at you
like you did that.
Like you did that.
Yeah.
As much as you were sitting here like, I needed this and I needed that, and I wish you would have saw me as this and I wish you would have saw me as that, everybody's gonna look at you like, nigga, you had the power to do this and you didn't do it. So you.
Facts.
You.
If I was you, I would have.
Yeah.
If I was you, my sister used to say that shit all the time.
Hated
And I'd be
it.
like, how could you be me? That's not possible. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? I'm glad you're not me, my nigga. Nah, that's real though. That's real.
So I just got a few more questions for y'all because I feel like this has been such a great pod, man. I didn't expect it to be any of this, but I love how much we're opening up. Pause. And
Oh, he podding.
Right.
Nigga said,
So on that note, what does vulnerability look like to you?
Oh shit. Pause. Now
Right. Now, as a man, what does vulnerability look like to you?
I think for me, vulnerability looks like sitting with all parts of myself.
Oh yeah.
And not for other people to see. Like, not to just glorify, like, not to showcase it, but more so to, like, analyze it, find where I want to grow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, find the parts of me that I'm comfortable with outside of anyone else's perception and idea of who I should be or present as. I think that's the most vulnerable that I could be with myself because I've been hiding parts of myself from myself because of other people's perception. For me.
I lately have been empowered by other perception. I think vulnerability for me means 100% honesty, inward and outward. So, in being vulnerable inward, I've done a lot of inner work that'll change me as a person and the way I handle things. But in being vulnerable outward, I've empowered a lot of us, a lot of men. And honestly, I think that's where it's needed, where vulnerability is needed as far as the world is concerned. I think we are the ones who lose because of this lack of vulnerability that we've been practicing for so long. Just honesty, no matter what that may bring or not bring or whatever it means, just 100% honesty, inward and outward.
Yeah. I think for me, vulnerability is the freedom to express. And I think that's so important for us. Not only as men, but also creatives. I feel as if the more vulnerable I am, the easier it is for me to write a song. The more vulnerable I am, the easier it is for me to sing a song. Even sing a cover. A lot of people, they always say, like, Winston, you always, every time you sing a song or someone else's song, it feels as if it's your song. And I think what I always do is I always put myself in the songwriter's shoes. And I feel that emotion. in order for me to sing it in the way how I sing it. And I think that is something that I didn't have access to in the past. And so now it is something that I heavily rely on. It's something that I tap into as often as possible. Even when it comes to my son at times, there's times where my wife is just like, you're so patient with him. And I'm just like, it's me being open and vulnerable enough with him so that I could meet him where he's at.
Yep.
Very similar to what you were saying earlier. And so I also think, if I'm being honest, that R&B as a whole has taught me how to be vulnerable. And so that's the perfect segue into what I want to ask y'all is what did R&B or just even creative expression, what did that teach you about being vulnerable? Or even being a man. Let's say that too.
Mine might be a little weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm an R&B lover. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think coming up, the vulnerability, like the access to vulnerability for me came from Joe Budden. Crazy, I know, right? Like
that's wild.
It ain't that crazy. It ain't that crazy.
Let me cook.
It ain't that crazy.
Let me cook.
You don't know who you're talking to. Right? You don't know who you're talking to, so you're gonna think it's crazy. It might be crazy for Winston, but it ain't crazy for me. I get it. I was mood music. I was mood music though. I understand.
Music,
I understand.
I'm not gonna
Everybody
lie.
only knows the podcast show. So
I get it.
They don't listen to it.
That was the first time for me hearing someone put their life in every situation. And not only the situations, but like the feelings behind it, the resentment, the accountability. Nigga. If you say that to it and you ain't think about that, you was getting your groove on. Just different. My fault. I know.
I didn't think we was gonna get there. I didn't think we was gonna get there.
But
right,
like, my 15-year-old self don't know nothing about none of this shit. But the fact that someone was able to sit down and put all of this and make you feel it, and make you understand it.
Definitely. Yeah,
like that was my introduction to that. And then like, with the R&B stuff, I ain't gonna lie, I was on a train. Somebody came on the train today singing Adele. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I swear it was a duet. I was in there singing it with her on the train. She wanted to give me half of her money. I ain't gonna hold you. But I was just, and then I cried, bro, because it was like, that's the power of music.
Oh yeah.
That's the power of just the instrumental and then the song and then the writing and the word. It's like, yo, bro, truth be told, I've been crying all day. Like, I literally listened to Lonely for like 4 times.
Akon Lonely?
Wale. Yeah. It's one of them ones. Check that out. Check that out.
Because I'd have judged you if you'd have said, Akon Lonely.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know about judging.
It's I get it, but I would have judged you a little bit because I can hear it in my head.
Exactly.
I can hear,
I'm so lonely.
Yeah, that I'm so lonely, that Mr. Lonely. That shit would have threw me. Nah,
You ain't never been there?
I get it, but I would have judged you a little bit.
Nah, it's Wale joint.
I've never used that as a soundtrack to anything in my life, bro. That song is just for listening purposes.
Yo,
if I listen to
I'm
it.
gonna listen to that shit later.
If I listen to it.
Yeah, now I'm gonna laugh even more if I ever hear that again. If it come up on my shuffle, I'm crying.
That's my introduction though.
R&B.
I love that Joe Budden connection, by the way. I promise you it wasn't planned. I swear.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I love it.
Yeah, rap has done more for me expressively because it's more honest. It's real life situations to where I felt like R&B was meeting a stigma of begging ass niggas, for lack of better phrases. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
that's a fact though.
in these moments where we were sorry in 2004 or I'm down on my knees begging you please, and like it was all please, like it was all that.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of these rappers were not even a lot of these rappers, Joe. The first one for me was M. I don't resonate with the actions he took in those songs, but I get the emotion behind it. I get the loss of emotion. the loss of control because of emotion. And I love the way that these people, I guess Joe, Drake, of course. These people express these things. So R&B was, I didn't know the importance of lyrical message in R&B until like Babyface. To where I got the chance to say how much I felt this way, how much I loved you, or how much I was sorry, or anything like that. To where I felt like rap was more like just the action of it or the description of it. So yeah, I've been affected by both strongly.
I love that. I don't think for me, it wasn't until Drake, and I even think Drake was even singing on some of the hip hop joints that he was doing that made me feel anything in a hip hop sense. But for R&B, as early as Brandy, Have You Ever?
Classic, yeah.
Okay,
that's a good one.
I remember. I was just about to say this woman's name, but I won't. Being in the 5th grade.
I was about to say you was young because I remember when I was
being in full love, bro.
That's interesting.
That's what R&B do to you, bro. R&B dangerous, man. R&B is
5th grade, crying, bawling. Wow. I can love this girl.
If you ever love someone so much it makes you cry, he was like, yes, Brandy. Yes, Brandy is hot.
Brandy, you know me. Man, but that's and then I saw it as I used to watch people
that's hilarious.
I used to watch people like Cisco and Wanye from Boyz II Men, and so many other people just sing with so much passion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's that passion coming from?
Yeah.
And I would hear the songs that they're singing, and I'm just like, there's no way that you can access that without vulnerability. And so for me, going back to the story about my pops, it was almost like a double-edged sword because I admired it in them, but I saw it from my pops as weakness. And so it was like, for me, there was always that double-edged sword, like I like it, but like not when it's too close. And so once I actually started to accept it and really tap into it, I think that for me is when the vulnerability in R&B and just music and just expression just went tenfold. It went to another level. I feel like I was even saying this earlier and Gerard laughed, but I don't think that I would be able to write a song as vulnerable as Mess That I Made today because I wasn't as vulnerable back then. And Gerard disagrees.
I don't think this is such a show of vulnerability as you see it as. I do think it's accountable. I do think it's accountable.
Yes.
I do. I don't know if it's I don't know that this is so vulnerable. And I do know you to be accountable. I don't know that there hasn't been a time where you haven't been able to, I mean, back in our younger days, but even musically, I can recall a few times you've been able to access accountability. So I don't agree with that statement, sir. And
it's the level of accountability. Also, I think there's also I'm also telling on myself a lot in this song.
Hey,
that's accountability.
I was in an R&B group with him. And we sang a song where before the verse of every song, we said the name of the girl that we were talking about in the verse.
Y'all was doing it like that?
Yeah,
yes,
wild,
bro.
Wild days.
And we were whispering it. Like I can't even like what's a random name? Like give me a random name. Because I don't want to Samantha. But right after the bro.
That's audacity.
So I don't. You said it's hard for me to hear that. It's hard for me to hear. I've never been able to access
I think what
those.
you mean is like the vocal range and how your expression was a very vulnerable.
Yeah, like
expression.
I think it's a melting pot of everything, right? Like how I'm able to express it. I think to the level I'm able to express it, the words that I'm able to choose in that expression. Yeah, I think it's for me. It hits on a different level of vulnerability, and like I said, I think there is a level of me telling on myself in a sense that you know me personally, whereas this song I'm putting out to the entire world, and so they may not know me personally. It's almost like obviously my people know me. And my people understand where I'm at personally or where things are going. But for me to put that on a record and to promote it is a different level of vulnerability. I think that is the vulnerability and a different level of vulnerability and accountability within itself.
Because of the perception.
Exactly.
But isn't that's real shit. Because I feel like as creatives, as artists, we always have to think about reception and perception.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that's the biggest limitation of our art.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
You know how many verses I got that I'm just like, I can't put that out.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna feel away.
Yeah.
Right? But it's beautiful art. So yeah, like, shout out to you for doing that. But stop giving a fuck about that.
Oh yeah, I mean now I don't. Now I don't. And that's what I'm saying. That's the change in what has happened before. Whereas before I'm just like, yo, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like
not this way. And
not
even
this way.
I agree with Ron. I'm not gonna lie. Even that was way more accountability. And it was like vulnerability would be like why you did it. Right? Vulnerability would be diving into in your side. Because like I know in every situation, like there's three sides to every story.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's like there's other parts there. You know what I mean? But that's just perspective.
For sure. No.
I
love that.
You know what I mean?
What are you unlearning?
Oh shit. You start with that, bro.
We switching gears.
I'm just like, you just hit me with some shit real quick.
I'm unlearning keeping it to myself. I'm unlearning being uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I am there's no way to avoid it. Even if I try not to be uncomfortable, I still end up being uncomfortable at some point.
Oh yeah.
So we can just dive in at this point.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and it is what it will be. And through communication, things can either change or they can't. But I'm not willing to not communicate things anymore. I'm not willing to hold it in for the sake of some good moment.
Yeah.
Anymore. Yeah. So I'm unlearning that.
I love that. I'm actually along the same lines. I think for me, I'm unlearning that everything is okay. It doesn't always have to be okay. For so long, that was like my goal, and it goes back to like the mask. Like that was the mask that I wore. Like, nah, everything is okay. I'm the protector. I'm the provider. I'm making sure that everything is good and everybody else is good. But similar to your point, if I'm not good,
shit don't be okay sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Shit dead ass don't be okay.
Don't be okay at all.
You have to acknowledge that shit for shit to be okay again, bro.
Exactly. And so I think I'm unlearning that because it no longer serves me. And in reality, it no longer serves anyone else that's connected to me as well.
That part too.
Because if I'm not my best self for myself, I can't, like, who do you expect me to be for you?
All that shit is deep. That's crazy. Because I'm thinking about both of y'all answers, and it's like I feel all of that.
Yeah.
But I think right now in my life, like like I'm letting go of parts of myself.
Yeah.
That the mask, right?
Mhm.
Like or parts that I felt like I carried. But then I'm also unlearning, and this is backwards when you really think about it. But like I'm unlearning oversharing.
Mm.
I think that I covered myself a little bit more now,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to protect that. And I've been in a lot of situations in which my vulnerability was a weapon.
Oh yeah, weaponized.
So I'm like, you can't harm me no more. And now, whether that's healthy or not, right now, like I'm still figuring out the levels, and I'm gonna always keep it real with myself. But I'm unlearning the need to share my vulnerability with certain people because they don't deserve it. And I'm only allowing access to people who deserve it.
It's almost as if like you're combining what a lot of things mean. Whereas like I don't know that me being vulnerable automatically means you have access to me. You have access to the information that I was vulnerable with. You have maybe the privilege of being an audience to my vulnerability. But to have access to me, you have to access me. You have to engage with me. You would have to get into those parts to where yeah, but then there's levels to vulnerability. I could be just vulnerable on the surface level. So yeah. But I hear what you're saying.
I think for me, I was more speaking like an engagement, right? Like being very mindful of those levels.
Okay.
And who I engage with in that way. And not just out of protection, right? But more so out of respect for myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like, yeah,
It
I mean,
does.
because it's
It
like
does.
Yeah.
this is my
does.
boundary.
Self-value.
Until you prove,
Definitely
like, you know what I'm saying?
self-value.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's where I was at with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I struggled with that in the past of like, you meet me, you know my whole life. And it's like on a stage, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Right.
But in real life, it's like that gets weaponized.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I get that.
So it's like, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see.
Now you gotta watch how you
Like, I
now
ain't
you gotta
judging.
watch how you move with it.
Yeah. I think another thing that I am unlearning, or it's still along the same lines, but it is it's okay to have the challenging conversations. And it goes back to that avoidance piece. It was something that I avoided a lot. And last year I heavily leaned into having almost all of the necessary hard conversations that I needed to have. And I feel so liberated because of it. And yeah, I'm unlearning. Like, it goes back to what I was saying before. Like, everything is okay. Like, no, like everything is not okay. Like, let's have a conversation about this.
Right.
Let's talk about this so that we can get on the same level.
Yeah.
Of same level of understanding.
Right.
And so yeah, I definitely wanted to I wanted to make sure that I say that, because personally I feel like that's important, because I feel like for so long I avoided having those conversations, and it was a detriment to me, not to anyone else.
Yeah.
It was a detriment to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got 2 more questions for y'all, man. 2 more questions, and then we wrapping it up, man. This pod has already gone longer than I wanted.
We've been podding.
We've been podding,
It's
and
been good, though.
I've
It's been good though.
you know, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. What would you say to the person you hurt without asking for forgiveness? Go ahead, G. It seems like
Which
you got
time?
something.
No,
Which time?
Which time? Yo, before you answer, I do want to say...
I'm still thinking.
No, not even that. Not even that. I want to say the framing of this question
Yes.
is challenging for me.
Yeah.
The reason being is that it implies that, like, you know, we're just monsters, right? Like that we're just acting on someone else and nothing else is happening in exchange, and like the humanity of it all isn't there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to answer the question, honestly.
Okay. So what would you say? Like,
that's just me. I don't know if you got your...
I don't know. I'm still trying to think. I have the person, but I'm still trying to...
Oh, you already got a person in mind?
That I've heard, yeah.
So let's start there. Let's think about a person that we hurt. And what would we say to them?
Okay. I gotta look at the camera.
If you could only say one, yeah. No.
Nah, don't look at
We're
the
not
camera.
doing that.
Like, yo.
And then clip that up
stop.
quick.
Let me stop.
Clip that up quick.
I don't know, man. I hope you good. Shit.
No, I'm stupid. I got you.
Let's all
bro.
be fucking accountable here.
I got you, bro.
You do what the fuck.
What you said?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yo, a wise woman once told me, you know where you at because you walk there.
So that's what you would say.
Yeah.
That's what you would say. This nigga looked me dead in my face and was like,
I got you.
A wise woman just said.
A wise woman would say.
You was like, because you walked there. Nah, all jokes aside though, I think that what I wish for anybody, like especially if I have wronged them in any type of way, without asking for forgiveness, is I wish them healing. I wish them to really come into themselves and understand their value and their boundaries and what they can and cannot take. Not joking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dead ass. Like, I really pray that anyone who I have hurt understand that it was probably more me than them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because people tend to internalize hurt and make it like a personal thing.
Oh yeah.
And it was probably me working through shit and less about how I truly felt about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person who I think of was my friend. And as real as I can be, it's unfortunate that we're in a space that we can no longer communicate. But in all actuality, we knew what it was. We knew what it wasn't. And any hurt that she may feel is just due to lack of accountability.
So basically, y'all knew where y'all was at because y'all walked there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most people do.
That's a fact.
Most people dead ass do, even the hurt ones.
That's a
the
fact.
ones, and that be the part that hurt the most, I think. When everybody, niggas, when I say niggas, it be women and men. When people be hurt, it be because they knew exactly what it was, and they still signed up for that.
For the bullshit.
Yeah. Went through the ringer.
Death row, baby.
Hey, man.
Oh man.
Lucky it went that easy. That's really what it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been way worse.
It could have been uglier.
Yo, I hate that. I ain't gonna lie. I was
It could have been uglier.
Imagine that.
Bro, hold on.
It could have been way worse.
Yo, that shit. Yo, bro, that remind. I was in the hallway with the niggas 2 days ago, and we were talking about. This is mad random. We were talking about somebody that we know that got robbed and got sliced. Right? They robbed him, took his chain, he gave it up, and they still cut him. My man was like, yo, it could have been way worse.
True. He could have been out of here.
And that's right, but that's wrong. Because it's like, what?
It's real.
That's crazy.
It's real. It's real.
Damn. It's a hard
But I guess that's I don't know, man.
Oh, you gotta let him get the shit off. Go ahead.
She should have.
Should have. Well,
She
should have. That's a strong word.
She should have
Okay.
saw the value in herself.
Okay, cool.
And because she didn't see the value in herself,
You couldn't see it either.
Ooh.
I did see it. I did see it, and that's why I no longer deal with her.
Okay.
At some point, at some point, I had to take accountability with myself. Like, all right, fam, you taking advantage. Yeah, bro, you dead taking advantage of somebody that care about you, like genuinely care about you.
Yeah.
So at some point, you gotta nip this in the bud, even and you know.
No, I love that. I love that. I would say, I hope that the hurt that I have caused you forces you to readjust your boundaries.
Feel me? It'd be accountability, bro. They be stop getting played. Where the camera at? Which camera do I look into?
Anyway.
Which one? Because I got a daughter.
Facts.
This one? Stop getting played when you know better. I don't get it. Like, it's not like we all knew. We like, I don't know, man.
That's interesting.
You want some sex, get some sex, but you getting hurt.
Yeah.
Your feelings, like, and those matter.
Yeah.
And those affect how you move in the next relationship.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
Does someone caring for you automatically make you have to care for them?
Not necessarily.
It depends on how person you are. I don't think you should be taking on things that you're not willing to reciprocate. And some people are very much willing to take and not give. And those people may not view themselves as wrong. Because of the person I am, I feel like most relationships should be equally yoked. As equally yoked as they can be.
Yeah.
You feel me? Some people aren't capable of meeting you where you've met them. So
I was just throwing that in the ether.
I know.
Like just to see
yeah.
thoughts are.
I love that, man.
Yeah. Back in my heartbreaker days, I ain't had to care about nothing until I felt like it. It wasn't even about what you gave me. It had nothing to do with what you gave me.
I still don't agree with this heartbreaker shit. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like especially relationships, bro, like everybody goes through shit. So it's like to imply that your intention was to break a heart. Like you sat out. You saw this girl was like, yo, I can't wait to fuck your life up.
It's not that happened. It's not that happened. You saw it when you saw how you were doing it, or you saw you doing it and still continue to go on.
Yep. It's the point of where you know, like, oh, she has more feelings for me than I have.
Than I do.
Or she sees this going further than I could ever imagine it going.
So your intentions were disingenuous.
And that's where the lack of communication comes in.
Okay.
And it's almost as if you're throwing a rock and hiding your hand. Because we know.
Got you.
We know. We're like, listen, I already know how far this is gonna go. Like I've figured it out.
You know the time limit, you know the time frame.
Exactly. And so being disingenuous in that interaction is what labels us as heartbreakers.
Heartbreakers. Got you. Makes sense.
All right, as we wrap, because I'm sad that we're rapping because I feel like we're having such a fruitful conversation. But if someone was to watch this pod, what would you want for them to sit with? What would you want for them, especially like a man? If a young man was listening to this, like these older niggas is wilding, like they talking crazy right now, talking about accountability. Like, what would you want them to sit with?
You about to say some profound shit. I see it.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think of what I would tell these young men.
Yeah.
I almost said young.
I know.
These YNs.
YNs, I know.
Almost.
YMs.
Close.
Young men.
I was close.
I think as an educator, like the same thing I tell my boys all the time. They have to really sit down and create a definition of who they are and who they want to be.
Oh, yeah.
Without the outside noise and expectations of who they should be. And that's the only way to liberation.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, my advice is to be yourself. Figure out who you are, become it, and also be cool with changing who that person is down the line or whatever the case may be.
That messes are unavoidable. Be very careful with your regrets in life and what you allow them to do to you and what you allow them to do to your life, whether it be heartbreak or life or relationships or just yourself, and be very, very mindful and careful of how you treat regret.
I would say I was gonna say Billie Jean. Mama always told me, be careful don't go around breaking young girls' hearts.
Don't go around. Not go around breaking these young girls' hearts, man.
Young girls' hearts. But no.
Nigga said, fuck that.
No. But on a
whole lot of gang shit.
It's a lot of lessons to be learned in heartbreak. Yeah, break them shits, bro.
He said, break them.
Break them shits, man. Break them shits.
Yeah, that's funny.
On a serious note, there's nothing wrong with vulnerability. Be accountable to yourself. Show up for yourself before you show up for others.
Oh, shit.
Let the music guide you.
Be very careful with that. Be careful. Very, very careful with that one.
At your own discretion.
Yo, he just looked dead into the camera and said that too.
Music, word, like, let the music guide you. Hey, now.
At your own discretion.
Hey, now. These are
they out here listening to 6ix9ine.
It's a very eclectic group of people when we start talking about musicians, bro. Don't let that shit guide you too much.
I would say let the right music guide you, but that's all subjective.
That's subjective, right?
That's all subjective. But anyway, we'll leave it there. First of all, thank you, gentlemen, so much for indulging
Thank you
me
for having us.
and having this conversation just around music and just the impact that music has in our lives. Because as we can see, just one song, or technically two, with my song and Billie Jean, has kind of brought up all of these conversations.
Billie Jean still go crazy.
Go crazy,
I don't know how
right?
Two songs, my song and Billie Jean.
And Billie Jean.
Right, and Billie Jean.
Shout out to Michael Jackson.
Shout out Mike. But just the impact that those songs can just have on conversations and what things come up just from those songs alone. So looking forward to having more of these conversations, but thank y'all for being the inaugural conversation that I have, and I wouldn't have had it with any other gentleman. So thank y'all again.
Appreciate you,
And
bro.
other than that, we out.
That's a wrap.